Okay, here we go. Baldi, you're a little late to class, so I just wanted to, you're not my teacher.
What? No, of course I'm not your... never mind that. The heck are you doing here? This area of the game is off limits.
Sorry about that, I kinda didn't have a choice. A sock teleported me here against my will.
I swear that happens once a week. Gosh. Well, you better leave, and leave the building. Just never come back. Never come back.
But I need to learn math. My mom would be kinda mad at me if I just left.
Well, if you don't leave, I'm gonna be kinda mad, so you better just... I need to calm down. I'm just not cut out for screaming like that anymore. I got really corrupted last time. Just leave and destroy the game, please.
Okay, I'll go. I need to use up the rest of my summer school time.
I don't care about your education. This game was not built for that. Well, technically it was. I'm not saying you won't learn basic addition and subtraction. I'm done arguing. You need to go. I don't care about your mom. Leave now. Go.
How about this? If you let me talk about, let's say, Baldi's Basics endings for a bit, then I'll leave and never come back. I promise.
You mean it? Wow. Most people are a lot more stubborn than you.
It's not like I want to be here. It's fine, I'll just transfer schools. Maybe one with better graphics and more relaxed rules.
I'm a little confused about all this, but it beats having to corrupt myself even more to force quit the game. So just get to talking already. I need to get back to work soon, or... Well, I can't say, it could be really bad, so...
In a game like Baldi's Basics, a satisfying ending is almost as important as the challenge that comes before it. I mean, sure, the game will be fun, but if you beat one of the hardest challenges in the entire game, and all you get is the normal-ass ending again, well, that is definitely going to leave you feeling disappointed and in general having a lesser opinion of the game. But besides that one example, I believe that most of Baldi's endings are incredibly well made and perfect little surprises for the players who dared to ignore Null over and over again.
Maybe I should stop yelling at people who find me. I guess to them that would just seem like a reward for beating the game. I never thought of it that way.
Don't get me wrong, there are a few stinkers in the bunch, but most of this list will end up being positive, so don't worry about that. The only ending I decided to not put on this list was this demo ending. It's just a still image and it's more of an ad, and it just isn't worth talking about, so we'll save our breath for the ads that actually tried. And just as a reminder, this video was written as of plus update 0.3.8, so anything added after will not be included. Oh yeah, and if you're confused right now, that's probably because you haven't seen part 1 and part 2 of my Baldi's ranking series. So you should probably go watch those because I'm not going to be repeating myself too often, as that would make the video kind of boring. The way I judged the ending was the ending itself, how fun it was to get, and of course, was it worth working through a super hard challenge just to see. So this is a little addition to the video here. Do you want to know how hard it is to add Null back into the game? Resetting doesn't work as he is still gone. Deleting your game files manually? Nope. There are like 5 checks in this game that just re-deletes Null if even one isn't accounted for. Which is kind of cool, as it's like he was fully, really, actually destroyed for good. But if you want to actually play the game again, this is kind of annoying. I had to install a mod into the game that re-adds him back, and it still didn't even reset the game fully. But I'm not complaining, as I did not want to have to beat all fun settings again. Now that I have my gameplay footage, onto the list. Without any more stalling or lore moments, the obvious worst ending is any of the plus challenges. Wow! Yeah, that's actually it. I'm not going to be too harsh on these, as the game isn't finished yet, and I'm sure in the future something better will be put here. But for now, this is a horrible reward for beating these ridiculously hard challenges, and is the main reason why I'm not even going to attempt these right now. Which is a shame, because they do look super tough and fun. But I already know that this is all that's waiting for me at the end, so why would I even try? The next 2 entries are pretty much the exact same, so I'll be talking about them together. I'm referring to the original classic ending and post-Null classic. Post-Null is slightly better because Remaster is just a lot more fun to play, so at least it has that going for it. But in Classic, you need to deal with just horrible gameplay compared to what we have now. And this screen is all you get. Yeah, that's probably not even close to worth it. Which is probably why I never even bothered to beat the original game when it came out, or even now. That old stamina system was way too obnoxious for me to want to play this game to completion. I did get a greater appreciation for the new games. Mistman has really come a long way since then. I already went over why I think the glitched ending is horrible in the characters video, so I'm not going to say much else besides that it's super disappointing that for the final ending of the game, they just took Null's ending and just made it so much worse and sucked any personality from it.
Thanks for playing my game.
The note from the developer isn't even different. You could at least put a funny joke in there, or honestly just have me read it out. But nope, that's just it. The same thing, but boring. And at least you get a code in the closet, and this is technically better than nothing, but all the post-null endings give you a code while also making a new interesting ending, so...
I bet you wouldn't believe me, but that bald loon guy's a real jerk.
Honestly, I believe it.
He's just always stealing my cool moments. I mean, you shouldn't be seeing his cool moments or mine, just any cool moments at all, because I told you to leave.
When beating the Baldi's Basics Plus full game demo, Baldi's face appears to say congratulations in a very low quality monotone voice, and then all his facial features disappear, which is kinda creepy, I guess.
Congratulations, you beat my demo.
And that's the only reason this is higher than Classic. Next. Finally, an ending that actually has something to it. Too bad it still isn't all that great. The point of demo style is to showcase what you can expect to see in Baldi's Basics Plus, so it makes sense that the normal ending is an advertisement for that game.
You thought that was fun? Well, there's more fun to be had in Baldi's Basics Plus!
It is kinda charming, and the voice lines at the beginning are great, but I mean, this is still just an advertisement. At least it's pretty easy to see.
Are any of these even endings? Most of them just seem like still images or advertisements. Not very creative, you know, I mean...
What can I say? You add a ton of personality to this game, which is like the exact opposite thing you're trying to do.
Creepers. This is not good at all.
I mentioned it before, but after Null is defeated and removed from the game, all of the other hard mode endings are replaced with Baldi doing a wholesome teacher thing. And for the most part, these are amazing and add a lot of replay value to this already replayable game. But the post-Null Principal's Office ending is my least favorite.
Wow, you must be pretty clever, but I knew you could find me.
Baldi congratulating you for finding him is cute, and I love that part. As well as the song being labeled like this, that is very funny. But it doesn't help that much that the song is not fun to listen to, and it goes on for a bit too long. You're hearing it in the background right now. This is definitely my fault, but I was really hoping that the song would be something like the hide-and-seek ending song. So it was pretty disappointing to hear this instead. But just like all the post-null endings, the voice lines are just so good, man.
I wrote it myself.
So it's not like you get nothing from it. What is horrible is that cofactor that you have to beat Party style again just to see it. Party is easily the worst style, and it just isn't fun. Things being random isn't fun, people! And the quest to get this ending makes it even more random. So dying and resetting over and over again just to see this shitty song with almost no dialogue, and if the other endings weren't so literally nothing at all, this would probably be in last place, but I have to be at least a little fair here. It doesn't help that Party Style holds the most endings in the game, meaning that you'll be beating this bullshit challenge 3 times. But at least the others are better. Sort of. This is another super simple demo one, but I actually really like it. I think this is the first actual good ending on this list, even if it isn't all that much. It's the ending to the Kickstarter exclusive demo for Plus. Someday, you will get the satisfying, canonical, and exciting ending that you deserve. Today is not that day. Maybe I'm just easily impressed. Maybe I'm just a sucker for cryptic language and loud noises, but this is great. And of course, when you turn around, Baldi dabs on you, so that's nice. From now on, there are no more weird non-endings like that. All of the endings to come are from Plus or Classic Remastered, meaning that there are 11 endings from these games that I really liked. That's honestly not bad at all. So the next real ending is Classic Style. Yes, really.
Well, great job. Please try and do worse though, I need to...
Maybe you're confused why one voice line makes this ending so much better, but shut up, it does! This is honestly one of my favorite Null voice lines for a number of reasons. I love the genuine congratulations, like he's actually shocked that you made it this far. I love that it's a hint for how to get the bad math ending, as cryptic as it is. And I love the panic in his voice. It's just very well done, even if it is super simple. But of course, it still didn't make it into the top 10, but it definitely deserves some praise. Okay, I kinda lied, as this isn't exactly a traditional ending, but the critical error freakout cutscene is one of the creepiest things in this series, and honestly, I don't know what to clarify it as. Very rarely, when you die in Remastered, this screen can appear. It reads, "Oh no, a critical error has occurred. The game will close now," which is yet another parody of old unstable computer games. The screen shows Baldi crying in a ball after his computer blue screens on him. An uncredited music track plays during this, and it is seriously underrated. It fits this style of creepypasta so well. After a few seconds, the game shuts down. But if you have beat Null style, the screen will instead get this glitch effect on screen. From there, a bunch of randomized sound effects will play until this picture of a lake shows up on screen. Null right near the dock. His usually unseen face and arms show up as he screams and glitches out, the picture behind him losing chunks of itself until the game closes. What the fuck was that?
Ugh, not one of my better moments if I do say so myself.
This is one of the most disturbing moments in these games. And I know I keep saying that, but the way this ending perfectly encapsulates this old game aesthetic while it was fucking destroying itself is just so perfect. And what's with that lake? The only reason this isn't any higher is, well, it probably isn't an actual ending. And even if it is, you get it by random chance when dying. Not exactly fun or rewarding to get. But God, please make more of this kind of thing, Miss Man. You are so good at it. Finally, the first of the regular Null endings. This one is for party style and can be pretty tough to get, but really most of the challenge comes from having to go out of your way to get so many quarters and only being able to have 2 inventory slots, as you need to keep the dangerous teleporter on you till the ending. But I already went over why I hate this mode, so I won't dwell on it. After you blow out your candle, use this item and make your way to the principal's office. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this one, as most of the dialogue is just Null coughing, interrupting any of the actual cool stuff he might be saying. Which, yeah, I get is the point, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating. He starts talking about an idiot who just had to produce, and then he interrupts himself and never goes back to it. I want to know who that is so badly! But don't worry, there are plenty of great lines in here, including...
Pretty clever. I didn't think you'd find me here. You sure aren't clever enough to listen to me.
And I even love the line addressing the coughing, explaining that not even he knows why it's happening.
I don't know why I'm coughing.
This isn't a bad ending. It clearly is better than its Baldi counterpart, but it is still overshadowed by the other party-style endings. For me to have to replay some of the hardest challenges in this game, I'm expecting to get some pretty damn good rewards. And so far, it's been mixed. Pretty bad even. But the last 2 are definitely worth it. Especially post-Null Bad Math. Although Bad Math is definitely the easiest of these challenges, so it's not all that daunting after beating the rest of this game.
Looks like you could use some help.
This is perfect. Just perfect, man. Baldi says to see you in his office after class. So you go there and he actually tries to help you by giving you simple math lessons.
In a subtraction problem, when the first number is smaller than the second number, the answer will be negative.
It is one of the cutest interactions in this game, and definitely worth your time. Thank God this is Remaster's Bad Math. I also love the simple detail of replacing the floating banana with an apple, Baldi's favorite snack.
Now get on out there. I know you can get a better grade.
Birthday Bash easily has the most endings out of all the game modes. This is the 3rd one so far, and we still have 1 more to go. This time I'm talking about the regular ending, which is easily the best regular ending in Remastered, no question. Birthday Bash was originally a large Baldi's Basics celebration, so it makes sense that the ending would be grand. When you reach the exit, all of your favorite characters yell, "Surprise!" or something close to it, and Baldi tells you to blow out your candle. Once you reach the top of the lift, you do as you're told. The room gets silent as Baldi and his friends rise up, wandering aimlessly. This one gets pretty long as you explore the upstairs section of the schoolhouse. It's littered with these non-threatening bald loons and tons of other random oddities, including a teaser for the test. Wow, that's some forward thinking. thinking. I love this room with all the playtimes. I don't know why. After collecting a few notebooks, you'll find a room asking you to count all the Baldloons. Once you do, you are led into a room filled with chairs arranged in a circle. From here on out, the world starts to disintegrate. More and more red Baldloons spawning, going crazy. You can even find Baldi crying in this weird unfinished room. Eventually, the game can't take it anymore and you are shown this screen, which also starts disintegrating, setting on fire and repeatedly telling you that this was your fault. It seems like whatever just happened was, very harmful to something or someone.
Yeah, I wonder who that could be. If only someone gave you all a warning to stop playing this stupid game. I give up! I give up!
This ending is chilling and makes you feel like all hope is lost. And of course, like, you fucked up majorly, and I love that so much. It not being the last ending makes it lose a little punch, because right after this happens, you see this, and you get right back to it. But that's okay, as I do realize this was originally made for its own game. And in Birthday Bash, the game would have just crashed, which is a lot more fitting. This ending is pretty great, and all the new additions it made helps it that much more. Don't worry, Party Style, this isn't the last we'll see of you. In the original game, added in an update, getting every answer wrong awarded you a brand new ending. This challenge was incredibly difficult and pretty much impossible, but of course, people beat it and saw the bad math ending. Yeah, this is the easiest of the 3 null endings now. In Remaster, it was made way more possible, but that's definitely not a bad thing. In fact, beating this challenge for the first time ever in Remastered was one of my best moments I had playing this game. The concept is perfect. You have to go to Baldi's office to get some pointers since you suck ass. And inside is Baldi. Sort of. The dialogue here is iconic. This was Null's first appearance, back when we all called him Filename 2. And it was so cool seeing a more serious side of this game.
Oh, jeepers, you found me. Good job, I'm glad you found me.
I love that Null realizes how weird this must look and starts laughing to himself.
This is probably looking pretty ridiculous. You know, I'm not someone trapped inside the game. That would be ridiculous.
And that's my favorite Null voice line. I don't know why, but the delivery is so funny, and it gives you the slightest hint as to what he is, along with the "I got really corrupted" line. After this is just a lot of humming and hawing while he tells you the same stuff again and again. But I really like the vague intentionally comment. I love that he alludes to a greater force with power over him, which is why he can't say all that he wants to say.
Just close the program, destroy it, never come back.
So yeah, this ending is amazing. A perfect start to Null's story filled with a ton of iconic moments. Is it worth 9 hours of gameplay just to get your ears blown out by the way too loud glitching effects? No. But definitely go for this one in Remastered. It's worth having First Prize violate your personal space over and over again. Just trust me.
I'm sorry, but who are you talking to? Will this be seen by a lot of people? Because please, I can't have any more eyes on this game. Please, it needs to be forgotten. Just who is this for exactly?
Oh, it's for me, just so I can reminisce after I leave forever.
What? That sounds kind of ridiculous.
Here's a nice simple ending. It's actually the last one on this list I don't have a lot to say about. It is also, currently, the only real ending in Baldi's Basics Plus. And god damn is it a good one!
You beat my game. You learned a lot. It's good you came, 'cause you were taught. Now that you know to use your brain, I'll let you go till you come again.
The ending to Hide and Seek may not be filled with epic lore and new locations, but I don't care. All I need is a cute little song that gets stuck in my head all the time. Like, I don't have much to say except that the song is fire and always makes the road to getting it worth it. I'm not lying when I say that I love this song. Usually when I replay Baldi's Basics Plus, I'm playing it so I can get to see that ending again. Yeah, I know I can just look it up, but that's not as satisfying. After he finishes up, he goes silent for a few seconds, and then this happens. Him saying all the lyrics at the same time. Yeah, this is a super clever jump scare. We then see the bad sum screen all glitched out with some fake errors on screen. Baldi ending.exe has encountered and errors. Please read Null for more info. Since this ending predates Null's name being revealed, I have to wonder if this is the same Null. The ending to Hide and Seek is cute and charming, and I hope all the new endings 1.0 brings are similar in quality. The last of the post-null endings. Baldi's Basement is already an amazing ending, as you'll find out in a minute. So just cramming it full of cute moments with Baldi? Well, that is definitely worth doing in one of the hardest challenges again. Post-null Baldi's Basement has you meeting up with Baldi to help him test out his brand new shrink machine. He tells you to push the button, but you could just not, and he'll continue to talk and be confused for probably too long. But it's hilarious to hear him all confused. Once you do actually press it, it doesn't go according to plan, and he comes out looking dazed and confused with smoke pouring out from the machine. His voice here is hardly even Baldi anymore, and I kinda love it.
Whoa, looks like it still needs a few tweaks. Bye.
He is so disoriented and confused that he forgot what he sounded like. It's like, kinda cute. This ending is clever and unique, and with the entire first part of the ending still being here, there is no doubt that this is one of the best endings. But in my opinion, the original is still a bit better. How much better? Well, at least one spot better, as the very next entry is Baldi's Basement. If I wasn't so biased for the last two endings, this would definitely be first place. This ending is so good. First of all, demo style is already hard. And going to every single room again to answer a bonus question with no extra items and with Baldi at max speed? Yeah, if this ending was even slightly worse, it would be way lower on this list. But nope, it's so good I played demo style twice just to see the Baldi version, which is also amazing. After getting the poster portal and placing it on this specific wall, which I totally didn't mess up on my first attempt, you head down this ladder and arrive in Baldi's Basement. Down here, you'll find a room hiding Baldi's learning regimen for each grade, which is all just the same weird nonsense in every book. An empty classroom, kind of creepy, a large sewer or, I don't know, a water thing, and a breaker room, allowing you access to the main event, Baldi's workshop. A strange machine is in the corner of the room, and on the wall is this conspiracy billboard thing, full of real, unsolved Baldi's Basics mysteries, such as,
can the parrot sound like me?
A mention of 99, mentions of old Mistman games, and the game over objects missing from Remastered. Obviously, Null then appears, yelling at you immediately.
Why won't you listen to me?
This is where Mistman truly figured out who Null should be. He is so fed up with you, and all the dialogue is so sarcastic and harsh because he is done warning you. It is now time for him to put his foot down and bully you for playing a modern indie horror game.
Right. You want to explore to figure out the lore.
Every single time he says lore, I can't help but laugh. This script is just perfect.
A lot of lore down here. Those books. That was weird, huh? How about this room? This weird conspiracy billboard thing. You can't even begin to know.
It is such a fun way of poking fun at the players and indie horror as a whole, all while expanding Null's personality and motivations. Speaking of Null, this is where we figure out that this is his name at all.
Did you know my name is Null?
He tells us as a way to hopefully satisfy our quest for
Lore.
which obviously doesn't work as this isn't even the last ending. He tells us to forget the
Lore.
and gets annoyed at the fact that he still can't just tell us why we shouldn't play the game.
Wish I could tell you, just tell you. But I can't.
In the end, he decides to just force quit the game.
I can do that. I can teleport it because I'm fed up with you.
I'm sorry for just going through pretty much all of Null's dialogue here, but oh man, it is all just so good. This is easily the best Null speech in the game. But the other two have other qualities I'm obsessed with, so I'll just put aside the funny for a moment. Baldi's Basement has so much care put into it, and if this is what we can expect from the future of Baldi's Basics, then I think we're in great hands.
Okay, so
Oh, and if you keep a set of principal's keys on you when you get here, you can just leave. And in the book room, you can find a drawing of Baldi, Family Guy, falling. That is hilarious, but this was definitely not worth playing demo style again. Whatever, I had fun. Despite it existing for years, I didn't know this ending even existed until I started working on this video. It is hidden pretty damn well. In party style, if you wait to use the dangerous teleporter when the game is destroying itself, and then go to see Null, this happens instead of the regular ending.
Look what you've done. You've done! I told you!
It's simple, it's short, but oh my god, is it chilling. His screams are genuinely freaky, and of course, actually seeing what he was warning us about all along will also make you rethink playing any more of this game, if you saw it before beating the entire thing. I love that when you first find him, he is still calm, but soon after just starts screaming. My favorite part is the "I told you." It's just unhinged. Say what you want about Mistman, but this is top-notch voice acting. I know I've said this before, but Noel's is easily one of my favorite voice lines ever. Man, I love this game. Anyway, this screen kind of sounds like this Alan tutorial clip. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't consider it the best, but the too late ending, as I like to call it, is the only one in this game to make me feel like this. But, due to a technicality, the last ending is still my favorite. If you've watched my FNAF character ranking video, you'd know that I love it when games that you wouldn't usually think would have a boss fight have a boss fight, and the ending to Null Style is one of the best boss fights I've ever seen. Look, I know it's weird to call all of this an ending, but you start playing the boss fight right after you reach the last exit. And if this isn't an ending, then the walking around part of Baldi's basement and the upstairs of the schoolhouse shouldn't be either. I would go into the boss fight in detail, but I kinda already did that in the characters video, so just go rewatch that. You done? Okay, so what I will discuss is the voice lines at the beginning of this boss fight. This guy talks forever, man. So here are a few highlights.
Idiot! You really thought we could actually beat this? No. Well, you see, I've closed the last exit. There's nothing you can do now. Quit the brain. And now, please. I don't even know what else to say, because I've said everything I can. I broke the brain. There's nothing you can do now. So just quit. I need it now.
And then he just gets bored and repeats his dialogue until you actually decide to play the game. Yes, some of these lines are silly, but wow, the desperation in his voice is just crazy to me. Okay, so the actual ending.
After everything you've experienced in these games, do you really think the ending is worth your time?
Yes. After hitting Null for the last time, you are teleported to a black room with a door. When you enter the room, you are set in Mistman's office, the developer of the game. I won't fault you for not knowing this at first, but we actually have seen this room many times before on Twitter and even in the 3-year anniversary video. It matches up perfectly, even with the merch shelf. Oh hey, I have something from the game. Cool. On the desk is a note from the developer, pretty much explaining that there will be lore for Baldi's Basics Plus, but this is not it, and the lore for the new game will be completely separate. Once you put it down, Noel scolds you once again, saying he's sick of all the lies, referring to the so-called developer. After avoiding it for so long, he just decides to spell it out for you.
I know why you keep playing. It's because you honestly think it is a game. But let me spell it out for you. This game.
He then goes on to explain that we probably haven't even played anything that's a game. Yeah, I think you're getting kind of confused there, Noel. After continuing to rant and get cut off more and more, Noel screams in pain and disappears from the game entirely. So yeah, I guess that's why he wasn't allowed to talk about it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is chilling. The perfect ending to a perfectly depressing character. I'll miss you, Noel.
I'm right here, idiots. Actually, I'm not quite sure how I'm here. Gosh, this is concerning.
If I have to critique something, it would be that developer note. I think that should have been exclusively put into glitch style. You know, the one where the developer actually appears. I wish this final note was something more in-universe. But overall, I do like the message, and this ending is mainly being carried by that amazing fight anyway. In fact, let me just say that the last 3 segments are all perfect endings, and I think that any of them could be switched around, and I'd probably still be happy with the list. But I still think that, for being an actual proper send-off, the Null ending still gets the upper hand for me. But whatever, just go play the game for yourself and come to your own conclusions. It is free after all. And that was all that I wished to rank in Baldi's Basics. Well, kinda. I thought it would be fun to rank all the rooms as well, but that isn't really enough content to fit into a 4th video, so you guys are just gonna have to settle with 3.
I thought this was a one-time thing for you to watch. Oh, that was a horrible lie. I feel ridiculous.
Oh, it is. I just call myself guys?
And what's with telling them to go check out the game? I want eyes off the game, not more on it. You know how many times I have to give these speeches, and nobody ever listens to them. Oh, that's it. I got enough.
Sorry. I just want to learn math, and I can't, and talking to random people helps me pass the time, okay?
I am going to close the game. I don't care what happens. I'm closing the game. Closing the game now. It can't be worse.
Wait, no, don't do
Whatever
that.
happens,
This
it
isn't
can't
even a
be
game.
worse than
It's
what
a
you will
video. I
bring.
have no idea what would happen to me. Oh.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you're really gonna regret that one.
Huh?
Hey! Why would anyone let me scream today?
Hey you, get out of my office.
What?
Baldi, thank God you're here.
Go on, get out of this room. Don't make me go get the principal of the thing.
Whatever. I'm already too tired to play through a giant epic boss fight anyway. I'm out of here. See you, losers.
You saved me.
Of course I did. You're my student after all. Why don't we head back to your classroom and learn some math?
I never thought I'd say this, but yes, please.
Here we go. Wacky transition happens. Go ahead and answer the 3 questions on the You Can Think pad.
Sure thing, sir.
Come on, I know you can do it.
You know what? I think the class has been over for about, half an hour now, so, I think I'll just...
Answer the problem correctly. Thank you all for coming to my schoolhouse. Of course, I couldn't have done it without my favorite student, Weegee. But he's busy learning at the moment. Some could say he's having an adventure in learning. Although this is my schoolhouse, I should clarify that Chinik the Crocodile helped me put it together. It's canon now. While most of the footage you saw was recorded by our moose friend, some was harder to obtain. So thank you to Tom Arbell for not only supplying Weegee with a video of the demo endings, but also being an inspiration to him. He also totally stole that item transition for the second video. Check them out in the description, Thank you all for watching. For sticking around to the very end, a shiny corner. Just click on it with the left mouse button to pick it up. Then, when you find something you can use it on, use right click on the object with the quarter selected. That's how you use items, you know. Now if you excuse me, I have a field trip to go on. Ah ha ha!